Hello again. Today we are talking about decimal remainders. This is going to be lesson 62, which is on page 276 in your book. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the whiteboard here so you can see what we're doing. So we've been writing remainders with a little R and then a number beside it. Okay, maybe it's 10. But we're going to learn how to find remainders in decimal form now. So here's our first example. It's going to be 141 divided by 4. Okay. So first we need to set this up like we talked about yesterday. This number is going to go outside your bracket and this number is going to go under your bracket. So let's go ahead and write that out. 4 into 141. I really hope you can read this. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start like normal. So 4 into 1, no. So 4 into 14. Okay, how many times does it go? It goes 3 times. I'm going to put the 3 above the 4. Remember to line it up very neatly with whichever number you're dividing into so that you can have your decimal in the right spot. Okay, so we have 4 into 14 goes 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. So we're going to subtract, get 2, bring down your 1. 4 goes into 21 5 times, and 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, now, normally right here, you would get a remainder of 1 and you would stop right there and write it just like we wrote that. But what we're going to do now is keep dividing until we get an even number. So I'm going to add a decimal and a 0. Okay, 141.0 is the same as 141, so we can technically do this. Also, we need to bring our decimal point above, just like we did yesterday. Okay, all right, now I'm going to bring down that 0. So now I have 4 into 10. That goes 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract, you get 2. I still have a remainder, so I need to add another 0. You just keep adding zeros now until you get an even number. 4 into 20 goes evenly 5 times. And if you had room, you would subtract 20, okay? So now we would have a remainder of 0, and this right here would be our answer. Not so bad, right? All you have to do is add a decimal and a 0 and keep bringing down zeros until you get an even answer with a remainder of 0. Okay? Let's do an example like we did yesterday with a decimal. So let's do 56.7, divided by 1.2. So let's set it up. 1.2 goes on the outside. 56.7 goes on the inside. Now, I hope you remember what we learned yesterday, which was we need to move our decimal so that we have a whole number on the outside. We're only going to move our decimal 1 time. Okay, now it's here. Here, we're going to move our decimal 1 time as well. Remember, you have to move it under the bracket as well. Okay, let's erase our extra lines here. All right. Okay, so now we have 12, does not go into 5, does go into 56. How many times does 12 go into 56? 4 times. 12 times 4 is 48. Subtract. Okay, gonna get 8. Bring down your 7. All right, 12 into 87 is going to go 7 times. Now notice my numbers are lining up with the digit that I'm on. That's very important. I'm going to say it again. Okay, 12 times 7 is 84. Subtract 3. Now, I still have a remainder, so I need to add a 0 and bring it down. Okay, let's also move our decimal point up here. 12 into 30 goes twice. Let's go ahead and extend our bar a little bit. 12 times 2 is 24. Subtract. You would get 6. We need to add another 0 because we still don't have a remainder of 0 yet. So add a 0. Bring it down. 12 into 60 goes 5 times. And luckily, 12 times 5 is 60. Now we have a remainder of 0. So our answer is 47.25. Okay, I hope that made sense. It's basically the same thing. You're just going to add a decimal, zeros, keep bringing down zeros until you have a remainder of 0. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.